The Midwest and South continue to get pounded tonight. Just 1 week ago, devastating tornadoes. Now, flooding that's not stopping anytime soon. In Memphis, the Mississippi River spilled out onto downtown streets yesterday. And similar situations happening all along these river communities with thousands of people being forced to evacuate their homes. But despite the threat, some people are staying put and just hoping for the best.
I'm not leaving tonight either. I saw a lot of people leaving, and I just laughed. I said, they'll be coming right back because the water's not going to get here.
You know, the National Guard, National Weather Service, they disagree with you.
Yeah, but having lived through one, I have to disagree with them.
I hope he's right. A dangerous combination of lots of rain and melting snow has caused all of this flooding. And right now, the levee system in Mississippi is holding, but officials say it's never been tested like this before. Joining me tonight from Memphis, the host of the Ben Ferguson radio show, Ben Ferguson. And on the phone, John Holden, the mayor of Dyersburg, Tennessee. Ben, let me start with you. You're there in Memphis. This is scary stuff because water, once it starts flowing, it doesn't stop and it does so much damage. But in a situation like this, you kind of know it's coming.
Yeah, it's really weird because mostly we see flash floods where the water comes up very quickly and the water goes back down very quickly, and then you assess the damage and you deal with it. This is so different for the community because it's like watching a slow death in some places. You know the water's coming. You can see it coming up about a foot a day right now. There's nothing you can do to stop it, and literally you're trying to figure out, do I stay or do I go? I will say this. The emergency management here, the local officials have done a phenomenal job of continuing to tell people what is going on. And area evacuation notices went out today saying, hey, look, over the next 3 days, you're going to be in trouble. You may think you're not, but you are. And that's the one good thing about this. But as you can see from the pictures, there's water in places we've never seen before and probably won't see for hopefully another 100 years.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. Mayor, what are you guys doing to prepare for all this and deal with all this?
Well, we're dealing with it now, obviously. Just like was mentioned, we've had a long time to prepare for this. We started last week and notifying our residents of the potential for what may occur based on the flooding of the Mississippi River and the Ferguson River and the rainfall we had. But, you know, we're cautiously optimistic here in Dyersburg, Tennessee. We evacuated some folks this past Tuesday after meeting with our emergency management officials for the city of Dyersburg and information we had got from the Weather Service about the crest of the Ferguson River, which runs through Dyersburg, 2 blocks from downtown Dyersburg, and eventually winds up to the Mississippi River. So that river crested Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening at about 27.5 feet. So we're actually seeing the water go down some in Dyersburg, and like I said, we're cautiously optimistic that we've seen the worst.
That you've seen the worst where you are, but and this thing is traveling, and it's going to be some time before it crests down in Louisiana. Ben, what's the attitude of people there? Because I'm sure they've seen things like this, maybe sort of like this. Are they taking it seriously, and are they doing everything they should do, or some folks like,
Well, some are stubborn because there's 55, 67-year-olds that have never seen anything like this. I mean, we're talking 1937 when we had something like this. A lot of people were not alive in 1937. They were saying, hey, I don't believe these numbers and I'm not leaving. There are other people that are saying, I'm making contingency plans. And one of the most abnormal thing is where I live, for example, where a lot of this photo is coming right by the pyramid that you saw. We may be okay, our house, but we may, for 7, 8, 9, 10 days, not be able to access our house because the roads around us have been flooded. And so that's when you're making a call, do you leave or do you not? A lot of people that aren't being affected by this in Memphis and the surrounding areas have really pitched in. We needed 500,000 sandbags, and down there all day long, volunteers have been filling those sandbags up and trying to help lay those and get those there. And what's really crazy is the Coast Guard station down by the river, they had to evacuate that and sandbag it because their own offices of the Coast Guard are going to flood over the weekend.
Unbelievable. And you mentioned something, Ben, that I think is so amazing, and I've seen these stories many times where the people just come down and they're all coming together to try to battle this together. And I guess the good news in a disaster like this is you can somewhat prepare for all this.
Well, I think one of the neatest marriages, is the way I put it this week, was seeing the casinos in Tunica, which a lot of them have been flooded out. They're going to be closed, they say, for months now. They had a lot of food from their buffets, and they gave it and coordinated with a church in Memphis, Tennessee, to donate all their food to the church. That's not something you see every day. No. Casinos and churches working together, and that's one of those great moments when you see people saying, hey, we're going to join alliances, and we're going to help people out, and I think that's the good part of the story, if there is one.
Well, Ben, thanks so much for being here, and good luck to you and everyone in Memphis. And Mayor, thank you as well.